Hi, Savvies! Ezra is now 6 months old, and I feel like we are in a good groove with how we are taking care of him, so I figured I'd share with you this video because it is an area that I was really adamant on trying to be as zero waste as possible. Before he was born, I did a lot of research to learn ways on how I can raise him as zero waste as hi, as zero waste as possible, and it did take a bit of creativity, a lot of research, and trial and error since he's been growing up the last few months. And I figured this would be a great video to share with you. Yeah, just from what I've learned. At first, when he was born, being a first time mom to a newborn, everything is, yeah, everything is overwhelming, and it was a bit intimidating in implementing these types of solutions. But, yeah, yes, bud, you're an eco friendly baby. And now that he's 6 months, I can tell you how easy it has been to implement these types of solutions. Yeah. The first area that I will address is baby clothing. This is obviously an area where a lot of parents. Yes. Yes, Ezra, yes. Where a lot of parents want to overspend, and it is very easy to overspend because you don't necessarily know how many pairs of onesies you need per size because they grow so fast. Yeah, because they grow so fast, and also if you're like us living in Canada, you also have to factor in the climate based off of his wardrobe and his grown needs. That it is very easy to overspend in this area, and my biggest tip is to go secondhand. We were very fortunate to have lots of friends and family provide us with lots of hand me downs, so we actually didn't have to buy, I would say, anything. 90% of the clothing that we have for Ezra is they're actually hand me downs, and we didn't have to spend any money in this area at all. We did have to spend a bit at the beginning for 0 to 3 months just because we did give birth to him at the beginning of the pandemic. There was lockdowns. We weren't able to see our family in Montreal where they were able to stockpile a lot of the hand-me-downs for us. So the first few months we had to purchase some onesies, but the majority of his clothing are hand-me-downs. If you're unable to get access to hand-me-downs from friends or family members, the next best place would be to look at Facebook Marketplace. There are actually a lot of mommy groups that you can join based off of the city you're in, where they actually give away baby clothing for free. This is a great solution. Not only is it great for your budget, but it's also great for the environment because you're not buying new clothing that babies go through so quickly because they grow up so fast. Luckily for us, our midwife clinic also had a section in their clinic where they had secondhand clothing where you can pick up, but you could also drop off as well. So that's always a solution for clothing that you can check out. The second area where you can be eco-friendly is to cloth diaper your baby. I have a full video addressing common questions that we had when we were learning how to cloth diaper Ezra, so you can check that out in the link below. But cloth diapering has been going really well for us, and honestly, I'm glad that we went this route because we're able to save so many diapers from ending up in the landfill, and we're able to reuse these for future kids as well. When Ezra was a month old, he had developed a diaper rash, and we were devastated because he was only a month old, and we had taken so many precautions, like applying non-petroleum jelly ointment on his diaper after every diaper change. Yeah, yes, for your bum. What we actually learned was that a good way to prevent and hydrate your baby's bum is to use organic coconut oil. This is actually from Costco, so it's food grade, it's safe, it's organic. We apply this coconut oil to his bum after every diaper change, and he hasn't gotten a diaper rash ever since. This means that we're able to protect his bum without having to purchase baby-specific products, which is great because we always have coconut oil on hand for cooking anyway. So we just refill this jar whenever we need to, and we're good to go. Part of diapering means that you also tend to use a lot of wet wipes. One solution that is easy to implement is using washcloths. If you search recipes on how to use washcloths for diapering. You can find on the internet ways where you can create like a water solution with some soap and then soak these to wipe the baby's bum. But what we actually found quite useful was just using water. So before every change, we'll go to the bathroom and soak one of these in water and then just use it to wipe his bum at every diaper change. And that, along with the coconut oil, we've been able to prevent any diaper rashes, and there's no smells when we change him, which is great. So this is another great zero waste solution. An area that tends to be very high in waste is milk storage. One of the main reasons why I was very hesitant to pump was because I wanted a plastic-free solution to be able to store the milk. A lot of the solutions that you see online through research have to do with disposable plastic baggies, but that wasn't something that I wanted. Okay. But that wasn't something that I wanted to invest in because there would be so much plastic waste created. I did hold off in pumping until he was 3 months because before they're 3 months, you do have to be careful with sterilization of equipment, and the baggies are cleaner because they do come sterilized. After 3 months, because the babies are putting things in their mouths anyway and they're accustomed and introduced to germs, you don't really have to be so strict with sterilizing your equipment. But what I actually found useful was using ice cube trays and silicone baggies. So what I would do is, after I pump milk, I would put it into these ice cube trays and freeze it. Conveniently, each ice cube is about 10 milliliters, and 3 milliliters makes 1 ounce. When these are frozen, I just pop them into a silicone baggie, and if we're going out and I need to be able to defrost milk, I already know what the measurement is. Hey, yeah, bud. Hey, yeah, bud. Hey, yeah, bud. Also, when you freeze milk, it's always best to use the oldest milk first. So what I do is I have multiple baggies, and you can just label it with a washable Crayola marker, the date, or like the week that you're pumping. Since I don't really pump that often anyway, I'm able to get away with marking down the date for each baggie. And honestly, this saves so much plastic waste, and I'm so happy I found the solution. Buddy! Buddy! You're so hyper now. Somebody's hyper. Here, Ezra. With breastfeeding, people don't tell you that your breasts actually leak like a lot in the first month, I would say, where you definitely need to have some sort of padding or protection from your leaking boobs because your body is still trying to adjust to the demand and needs of the baby. And while your body is doing that, a lot of the times your boobs leak. You can easily find pads that you can wear inside your bras, but a lot of them are disposable. But you can also easily find reusable pads. So I have these bamboo pads that I was gifted from a friend for my baby shower. It's super easy because when they get wet, you just have to rinse them, wring them out, and then throw them in with the wash for like a deep cleaning. And having the reusable breast pads is a great way to just reduce waste in that area. Hope you guys enjoyed these tips for a zero waste baby. Now set forth and be savvy!